Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 2 of Would Mr. Sus beat these fictional characters? Could these characters beat Mr. Sus in tier list maker? Now, we have some very interesting characters. We have Andrew Tate, 11 from Stranger Things, House, Rick Grimes, Charlie Kirk, Diddy, Doug, Harry Potter, Jason Voorhees, Nigel Farage, Sam and Dean, Sheldon Cooper, Thomas Shelby, and Walter White in this video. So, let's start at the bottom here. Walter White. Now, the thing with Walter White, he owns massive drug empire, right? He's the drug kingpin. Now, in this hypothetical scenario, Walter White sees the ABC and thinks, wow, they're enforcing child labour, that's pretty cool. I need to get started on that to really boost up my drug sales. So, he goes to Mr. Sus to try and get it. Mr. Sus says, no, I don't deal with drug dealers. And then, the battle begins. Now, Walter White isn't physically strong. So in this confrontation, he may just be brutally murdered by Mr. Sus. However, Walter White always has a backup plan, and is probably 10 times smarter than Mr. Sus, right? And would probably bring a bomb just in case, and then blow up the ABC. Maybe Mr. Sus lives. Maybe the ABC is gone, but I doubt Mr. Sus will be able to survive the explosion. And in due course, Walter White would kill Mr. Sus. Okay. Thomas Shelby. Andrew Tate will be the last one we do. Thomas Shelby, the Peaky Blinders. Now, he's faced some pretty big threats. Now, let's say, in 1919, right, Thomas Shelby goes to Birmingham. Thomas Shelby goes to Mr. Sus's land, wherever he is, right? And he thinks, wow, I need to buy out my competitor. I'm going to try and buy out Mr. Sus. Or just, shoot him in the head with a gun. So he goes in there with a gun. Thomas Shelby could probably beat Mr. Sus in a fight, so he's going to go in there, pew, 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 and shoot Mr. Sus. Right. However, Mr. Sus may be able to know Thomas is coming. Right? But Thomas is very smart, and he would just kill him. He would win. Mr. Sus would die. Mr. Sus is gone. Right? They're not surviving that. Now, Sheldon Cooper. He's an idiot. Right? He thinks he's smart. He's not very smart. Now, what should this be? What should this hypothetical scenario be? Let's say Mr. Sus wants to propose a deal to Sheldon Cooper, saying, maybe you're working on string theory, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to offer you 500 children for child labour. And Sheldon doesn't like child labour. He doesn't agree with it. So what's he going to do? He's going to say, not today. Now, Sheldon isn't a violent guy, so it can't be the top one. Sheldon doesn't really have that much of an image to ruin the ABC, and it wouldn't really be a close match because Mr. Sus would just punch Sheldon and he would drop on the floor dead, and he could pretty easily ruin Sheldon's career by planting evidence, doing a bunch of crimes, and he would die pretty easily. Mr. Sus would be able to kill Sheldon Cooper. Ooh, Sam and Dean from Supernatural. Now, they have killed a god, right? They've killed a god. Now, Mr. Sus isn't God. He's just a normal guy, right? And they are very experienced, and they're two people. Mr. Sus may see one of them and think, I'm just going to kill this one. And then the other one comes around the corner. Mr. Sus would die. Nigel Farage. He's in the Reform UK, and Mr. Sus sees him and thinks, we need to make a deal together. But Nigel Farage realises child labour is pretty bad. Despite him being a racist and all that lot, he may still think he's enforcing child labour. And to win, I'm going to stand by the fact that child labour is bad. So he's going to send the entire country after Mr. Sus. But Mr. Sus has the ABC, which is a massive corporation. And nothing that Nigel Farage can do will really stick. Right? He doesn't have... You don't know. He does have control over kids. He may send a bunch of children to beat up Mr. Sus. Mr. Sus may try to activate a spaceship or something to escape, but Nigel Farage will probably be able to stop him. So, I'm also going to put Nigel Farage in this one. Jason Voorhees. Jason Voorhees just sees Mr. Sus and thinks, I want to kill this guy, so he's going to go and try and kill him. Mr. Sus will not be able to survive this, unfortunately. Very sad. Harry Potter. Mr. Sus doesn't know the magic world exists, but he's somehow been classed as like a super hard threat by the Ministry of Magic. So they send Harry Potter out to try and kill him using Avada Kedavra. Mr. Sus doesn't know what magic is, and quite frankly, nobody really knows who Harry Potter is either in the Muggle world, so nothing he can do will stick. However, Mr. Sus may be able to dodge some attacks and then try and attack Harry. And Harry in hand-to-hand combat won't go very well, so I think it could go either way. I'm going to put this in, it would be a close match. Doug. Unfortunately, Doug, whilst being pretty popular, let's say he's trying to help get rid of Mr. Sus for enforcing child labour. He's trying to stop it from happening anymore. So he sends his entire fan base after Mr. Sus. But Mr. Sus realises, this guy's retired, I'm just going to frame him for paedophilia. And then boom, in a week's time, he's a sexual predator. So, Mr. Sus would probably be able to ruin their life. Now, whilst the same can be said for any of these guys, Doug's attack may take a while to pan out, whilst people like Thomas Shelby and that lot, they just go pew pew. Doug won't kill Mr. Sus, right? So, that's bad. Diddy. Diddy's reputation is already gone, and all Mr. Sus really has to do is kill them, and then it's over. Mr. Sus would be able to kill Diddy. Charlie Kirk! Now, how will this happen? Charlie Kirk's dead. Well, most of these characters on this list have, in fact, died in their show. So, let's say Charlie Kirk's alive, right? He's like, America is great, and I'm gonna make America great again. Come on, Donald, let's go kill this Mr. Sus guy. Right? So he has most of America under his control, really, under his influence. And they will charge into the ABC, blowing it up and everything. But does Mr. Sus have a backup plan? Probably not. Right? He wouldn't expect the entirety of America to go after him. And Charlie Kirk does look like the type of guy who works out quite a lot and may be able to just punch Mr. Sus to death. So, I think the ABC would be destroyed. Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead. Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead. Intriguing. He's not facing any zombies, but he's a cop, right? Let's say hypothetically, after the whole Walking Dead apocalypse happens and the world is safe once more, assume hypothetically he survives The Walking Dead, and he goes and he attacks Mr. Sus, right? Because he's a cop and he's coming back for revenge. He's the sheriff in town, and he goes up to Mr. Sus, no remorse, and just goes pew pew in the head. But he's one man, and whilst he is smart, and he is pretty good with a gun, and pretty good in hand-to-hand combat, he's not really good at having reflexes. You don't know, he is. He's a pretty powerful character. Very smart, mate. Very good. You know what, Mr. Sus would die. I'm sorry, Mr. Sus, you're not surviving. Next, House. Now, House is asked to diagnose Mr. Sus. Mr. Sus doesn't want to be diagnosed, and he hits House over the head with a baseball bat. And then House is tied up in the basement, and everybody hates House, so nobody's going to try and save him. And then House gets framed for paedophilia before Mr. Sus kills them. 11 from Stranger Things. 11 suspects that Mr. Sus is from the Upside Down because he's not human. So they go after Mr. Sus, using the Force and whatnot to kind of blow up the ABC and everything. But 11 doesn't really have much of a backing behind her. Right, they're not going to be able to fully annihilate the ABC's reputation. Maybe Mr. Sus dies, but the ABC would live on. But let's be honest, Mr. Sus probably does have somebody left to back up. So I'm going to put this in being a close match. And now the final one, Mr. Sus versus Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate smokes a cigarette saying, the life of the cured, the life of Mr. Sus is very important, right? I'm Andrew Tate. Oh, no, that's the worst Andrew impression. You've got to live proper. No, that's like New York accent. I don't know how to do an Andrew Tate impression. But Andrew Tate does have a lot of backing behind them. And I think he would have enough power, enough ruthlessness to kill Mr. Sus and destroy the ABC. Okay guys, that's pretty cool. Save or download. Right, yeah. Okay. Nice. I'll see you guys next time.